All right, so let's just get the elephant out the room. Look at the retwist though. Like, hold on. It's like my loctician and my barber just came together and made a beautiful hair baby in my scalp. What am I talking about? All right, listen. I talked about art block in the last video and how I said I wanted to make a whole separate video on that just alone. Art block is one of those things that could be a major deterrent in your art growth. You could be on an absolute roll. You could be learning perspective, 5-point, 2-point, all types of points. You could be learning how to color shade with different media like alcohol markers and colored pencils. You could be on an absolute roll, making drawing after drawing after drawing, and then boom, you just feel like you lost everything that you had going. Like you had the drawing going, you felt very natural with it. It's just like a mental roadblock, a physical roadblock too, because it's like the mental just connects to the physical. It's like you're trying to draw it and it feels so manual. Like I said in the last video, it just feels so manual. Like it should feel natural. Like whenever think about it this way, when you're riding a bike, you just keep going with the bike. You're practicing, you feel smooth, you feel like you could do maybe some flips, you could do some tricks. You get off it for a while and then everything feels manual, like you have to restart. In one of my last videos, I talked about how outside factors can hinder your creativity. And art block is just one of those, well, it's not really outside, it's the most inner, in your head thing that you could go through as an artist. When you're drawing, you feel confident. The whole reason your drawings come out the way you want them to is because you're in that mode. When art block hits, it's literally like a car crash. One of the worst feelings in the world is feeling like something you love, you felt, maybe not out of love with it, but it's like, it feels so weird doing it. You could be drawing or whatever. This goes for whatever in general. You could be doing it constantly. Maybe it's a sport, maybe it's gaming. You could be doing it constantly and then just boom, randomly one day, this thing that brings you so much joy and whatever else, it kind of is frustrating to do now. It's kind of stressful to do now. The way I go around art block, I just sometimes wait it out or I power through it. Powering through it may not be the best choice for some people. And sometimes, you just need to put the pencil down and just allow yourself to have that break. I understand why either one could work, but the way I usually go about it is by waiting it out. And when it feels natural to do it again, that's when I know that I'm ready to go ahead and do it. Sometimes art block, and I understand this, art block can last months and months and months. In that case, that's when you have to either power through it, or maybe it's time to understand and recognize that maybe this isn't your thing and there should be something else that you could pick up that will not feel like a stressor or something that'll frustrate you. Another thing that also really sucks about it, if you rely on art for income, that could be terrible. If you maybe are an art teacher or just do commissions, you rely on this stuff to, you live on this stuff. So it's like, if you're mentally now forcing yourself to do what you once loved for, you're now living for it, that could be another thing that just sucks, Art for me, and I'm sure many others, is almost like an escape. Like you draw, so it's like you could distract yourself with something. Or maybe even you draw just so that you could have that final product that you have in your head just achieved, and it feels so satisfying that it kind of swerves around everything else you have going on in your life. Like maybe you got grades or class or work or whatever else to deal with, and drawing could be what takes your mind off of that, almost similar to gaming or watching a show. Another thing, this kind of leads back to the perfectionism thing I was talking about in my first video back. When you first come back, you might have an added on pressure to make whatever you come back with just perfect, like your best work. You've been gone for so long and you have this pressure. It's like, man, I need to get something out. And you end up just trapping yourself, like I said, in a box that you can't escape from. That's also another added on. My guitar is falling right now. That's another added on pressure where it's just kind of like, where do I go from here? One of the main drawbacks of art block is feeling like your skill is just hitting a plateau, like it's just flattening, like you're not growing at all. You're not able to improve your skills at all because you're not drawing. You know, you don't feel that hunger to draw. Therefore, you are not willing to grow or, you know, practice certain things. Like maybe you practice something outside of drawing humans. If you're really good at drawing humans, you don't feel that need to go and practice like drawing cats or drawing shoes or drawing cars. Like maybe you have an interest in drawing cars now. You'll never know because you did not go out of your way now to practice, because art block is eating at your mental. I remember when I first had started out on my TikTok, well, not first, I already established like a few followers, but I was growing uphill, and I'd gotten my first few viral videos, and then it just came to a point where I was like, I had art block and I got my viral video, and then I just stopped posting. Like usually when you get a viral video, you're like, okay, let's keep posting, let's keep going. No, I got my viral video, I got art block for whatever reason. And when I could have kept going like this growth-wise on my channel, instead it kind of went like this, but then like this, because I wasn't uploading because of my art block. That's another reason why art block is so dangerous. You know, it could influence how you look at your art. You could look back at your older things and it could be like, dang, it's like, yeah, it's good, but it's like, I could do so much better, you know? And that's why art block is almost like a poison. For me, and I'm sure for some of you out there, it's easy to feel like you're falling behind, especially when you kind of compare yourself to other artists online. It's like, yeah, they're growing and you see them practicing and putting in the work, and it's like, dang, when is my growth is gonna come, you know? Like, it doesn't feel authentic. It kind of feels like you're forcing it. When you're comparing yourself to these people online who on the surface, it doesn't look like they're forcing their growth because, you know, they're just showing all the highlights. That's another reason why comparing yourself is so bad. Because I know, especially for me, when I post my art, I'm posting the highlights, I'm posting the stuff. Let me see if I can find something. Yeah, like I'm posting something like this, where it's like, yeah, this is one of my best pieces. I'm not gonna show you like the practice anatomy page with the art bleeding through. I'm not gonna show this. I'm not gonna show like the practice stuff, the me working on anatomy for hours, me searching for how to draw anatomy stuff, and whatever else I'm interested in. I'm not gonna show that stuff. I'm gonna show the highlights, you know? So that's another reason why comparing yourself in general is just bad. You know, even when you go on social media, you start comparing yourself to other people. It's like, dang, their life is so good or whatever. Me personally, I don't do that. Sometimes with the art, I find myself getting into that rhythm, but not the other thing. But it's a real, you know, it's a real danger comparing yourself to other people. It's a real danger comparing yourself to other people because everybody posts the highlights. Nobody posts well, most of the time, nobody posts the practice and the whatever else that goes behind it. But you know, that's all I wanted to say about art block and why it's so dangerous. Thank you for sticking around. If you enjoyed the video, like. If you like me, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.